All right, folks, today we are going to be making what's called like a breakout through wall, even like a glimpse through some other world, like kind of like Narnia or something. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So you need a pencil, a pen, or even like a fine Sharpie marker and a ruler. Go ahead and start off making like the breakthrough wall where it's coming out. I'm just making like a crooked circle. I'm not even measuring. I'm just kind of going with the flow, making some pretty sharp marks and just some zigzag lines or even some wavy lines. I'm going to go ahead and go in and off like a half an inch apart, start off small, and then just do that half inch just around half of that odd shaped circle. I'm just really eyeing it. I'm not making sure that it's that perfect because it is a breakout through wall, so it's not supposed to be that perfect. And then using the 1 point perspective, I'm going to put my point right there for my vanishing point, and I'm going to just draw a few lines. I'm really just eyeing it. I am using the 1 point perspective technique still and lining up my ruler for that vanishing point. I'm going to put maybe about 10 lines so that way it shows you where that wall is cracking, that it's still sort of like a sharp edge, but I'm still using the 1 point perspective technique. So that way it does look 3D, it does look like it's really coming out of the paper, and you have it and you make sure that you're pretty successful. And you can see there I'm just eyeing it, and one more right there I believe is good. Perfect. All right, and just a few more on the bottom. All right, now it's time to get out my pen. You can use a black pen, ultrafine Sharpie marker, or even like a micron pen. I'm erasing any few marks that I made extra that were outside the line. If you notice, when I did use a pencil, I was very light with it. That way I can erase anything. All right, so now I just trace everything with the pen to make everything a little bit more darker. But this time when you are tracing with a pen, I'm going to make those lines even more like cracked, like they're really broken, not making sure that they're nice and smooth. So here I am just kind of like making little tiny cracked lines or very uneven lines. I go ahead and go over that one extra one that I did, that half inch away from the wall. And then I'm also going to trace those lines that I did as well. I don't need a ruler for this because, again, they're supposed to be a little bit uneven because it is, a wall that was broken in through. After this, I'm going to add some cracks because, again, it is a breakthrough wall. And the cracks are sort of like spider webs. Do not worry if how perfect they are. They're supposed to be just very uneven, like a cracks through a glass or even through a rock, like it's about to break some more. You can put as many as you want, but I would suggest not too many. If you put them like on every single section, then it looks a little bit like it's hairy or moss or something. I think that looks good. All right, now we're gonna start adding our brick wall before we go into doing any shading. With the brick wall, all I'm doing is simply just, going down, eyeing it, because all brick walls are not very super even. So I'm just going and putting out random lines. As far as going down, you making sure they look like Legos. I'm just going every other line. If you notice, I'm not using a ruler for this part. And I'm just going, you can call it here and there. Right now I'm going back with shading. I'm using the hatching and cross hatching technique. And then I'm going back with my pencil and doing some blending. Again, my pencil is on my side and I'm just blending it with my finger. You don't need a tissue or a rag for this part because it's fairly easy just using your finger, and you can always go back and just clean your finger. And then with each individual brick, it looked a little bit too perfect. So what I did is I made some little cracks, some little uneven parts in the little brick layers. There, guys, I think this came out perfect. We have our breakthrough wall, our glimpse into some other world, and you're going to be cutting it out right afterwards.